Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that Canada needs to. The United States keeps a designation of folks who are religious liberty violators, nations that are religious liberty violators. I've called for Canada to be put on that list, and I think that we need to consider all of the options that are available for that. I'm going to go in here.
Yanky, Pollak here for Rebel News at CPAC in Orlando, Florida, where the Conservative Conference is taking place. Follow us for more. We'll have a lot of interviews and updates with politicians and other people that are here. rebelnews.com.
Well, look, I have to say, Putin's gone a long way, further than I hope. I hoped he wouldn't go this far. I kind of understood those eastern provinces being Russian-speaking. Western Ukraine does not want to be with Moscow. We've provoked much of it over the years with our ridiculous geopolitics of expanding the EU and NATO, but we are where we are, and we now need American leadership on NATO to say there is a red line here with Poland and Estonia, and that's very important.
Okay, thanks. And what is your opinion on the Canadian truckers, but the truckers all around the world?
Well, look, up the truckers.
A few months ago, you came out about Canada arresting pastors. Pastor Artur has been in jail for 2 weeks now again.
Yeah.
Is there anything you think we could call Canada out on that? I know you did a letter about that in the past.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that Canada needs to. The United States keeps a designation of folks who are religious liberty violators, nations that are religious liberty violators. I've called for Canada to be put on that list, and I think that we need to consider all of the options that are available for that. I'm going to go in here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will. Yeah, you know.
Tell me what you think about Ukraine and what's going on there right now.
Anybody likes what's going on there, right? It's a terrible tragedy, and Putin seems to be feeling like he can get away with whatever he wants, and I think that's a bad thing. And I think elections have consequences. Joe Biden is unfortunately projecting weakness, vacillation, confusion. Who's the spokesperson for the administration? I couldn't tell you. So I think a lot of people here are worried.
Thanks. And what is your view on the trucker convoy in Canada, but now in the States? And
I wish I could be there with them because I agree with what they're doing, and I think that the vaccine mandate is an abomination, especially when the vaccine has been
Censorship.
Why are we kicking people out of the American military for not taking a vaccine?
Censorship.
I think most Americans have had enough of this. Is all part of this woke crap that I think is on trial. That's why our theme is, hold on, don't fall over. Awake, not woke, because we don't really need the government to make all these decisions for us. It doesn't need to happen.
what is the most important thing for conservatives in 2022?
The most important thing? Just America in general, and not be afraid anymore. Stand up and tell the truth. That's the main thing we got to do.
Any views on the trucker convoys?
Not really. Just more power to them based on what Trudeau is trying to do to them. So, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Here today and
Yeah, Ryan Fournier here, chairman of Students for Trump. What brings me here today, I think, is just all of the diverse opinions, diverse views, people from all over the country, the world, come to CPAC to see what our party's about, why they should be involved, what they can do to help people get elected. I was here today to speak on a panel about big tech censorship and why we're taking effective action to make sure that Big Brother has no control in our lives. That is why Truth Social is a phenomenal platform. I've been telling people everyone needs to get on it. If you're here, get on Truth Social, get on the wait list. We're going to need it for 22. We're going to need it for 24.
I want to ask you about Ukraine. What are your thoughts about the general, what's going on there right now?
Right. This is something I've been following. I was up actually late last night when I should have been prepping for my speech, watching what was going on in Ukraine, watching the air sirens go off in Kiev, now hearing breaking news that they just took Chernobyl and they are now going over the Belarus border with tanks and APCs is absolutely horrifying. Those people don't deserve that. This would not have happened had Donald J. Trump been in office, and I blame this weak leadership on the terrible diplomacy of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. This neo-globalist view that they have is not working. Putin sees a weakness and he took it. He wouldn't have taken it under Trump.
Thanks. And what do you think about the Canadian truckers?
Thank you.
About the truckers movement, Canadians?
The Canadian truckers have all my love and support. I can't wait for them to reunite with us here in the United States to go into Washington, D.C., to take on Washington, D.C. And I hope and pray that when Joe Biden is giving his State of the Union, I want them to blare their horns as loud as they can to sound him out.
Yanky, Pollak, Rebel News.
Who are you?
Rebel News.
Who's that?
Ezra Levant.
Are you a left-wing nut job?
No, a right-wing nut job.
What can I do for you?
Tell me your experience at the Canadian border.
The Canadian border, well, contrary to the lies of the media, I was not there myself. The trucks, all of the pillows now are in Ottawa. I got them across through New York, and I did not put them in parachutes and drop them in. That was all fake news. Okay.
What's your message for the Canadian truckers and truckers?
The truckers, what they did was so important at this time in history because all of those mandates came down in Canada, like Ontario, all these places, they pulled down the mandate. Now remember, they said, well, we didn't pull them down because of the truckers. It was just the right time. Right, okay, but it worked. The truckers, they got all these, like I'll give an example. I used to go to Ontario every year, still do, with my dad fishing when I was a kid, all the way up in my family going now. Well, we couldn't go fishing the last couple of years up there, and we go way in northern Canada with this tribe. There's about 1,200 Indians that live up there, and they count 100% on United States fishermen and hunters up there. Their economy just got completely ruined during this COVID crap with the mandates, right? So,
thank you, Mike.
Yeah. So it's all good now up there.
Awesome, Mike. We're at CPAC speaking to politicians and people and asking them why they're here and a bunch of other questions. If you like what you see, check out rebelcpac.com for more.